we're heading to ESPW Game Over Night 2. So we're going back up to the EPW School of Pro Wrestling up in Malaga, and it's like showcase matches to show off what the students have learned, give them a small platform, like small capacity crowd, just give them a platform to show, hey, this is what I've learned, this is what I can do. So that's why we do the ESPW shows. But yeah.
What are some of the matches that you're covering?
So tonight I've already got the run sheet. So the matches I'm doing, I'm helping out in the Super Smash Battle Royale. So there's that one. I've got the EPW Tag Team Championship match tonight between Aussie and DNT, which I think is just going to be Don and Target there, although Stella Nix might make an appearance as well. So I've got that. And I've also got the main event for the ESPW Pride Championship between Jordan Bishop and Ryan Rivers, which is a pull hall ball match. So this one is basically a no disqualification match, but we put up a few things, and we're just gonna have all pull theme weapons like pull cues. There's a pull table. I know the pull balls are gonna make an appearance. So
what do you think about when you're driving to the show, knowing that you're not going to be competing, but you're as a ref? What do you think about?
As a ref, usually I think about who's in the match, so what can I expect from them, because I've been doing this for a little bit, so I know roughly what everyone does. So both in the ring, but also what kind of shenanigans I can to be able to expect. So that's what I mainly think about. And then I'm just getting ready, see what I can do to help out. So depending on when I rock up.
Very good corky, but all good.
So, we got here super early, so usually for a one-night event we do starting setups, but since it's a two-night event today, we've already done that. So for today, just basically I'm waiting for other people's matches to come up. I'll run through them, see what they want me to do, and work it from there, honestly.
The whole show really is just the point is to give guys a chance to, flex their wrestling muscles so they can, what they've learned, especially the guys who've just done a week-long camp. They're like, cool, we've just gone through all this, and now they can immediately put it into practice. And then as well, the guys who have been training here for, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, they get a chance to work with different people they wouldn't normally get a chance to unless they flew across the country. And in my case, I get to wrestle a couple of guys from Singapore, which likely wouldn't happen very often because being a family man, I don't get out to Singapore very much. And if I do, it's not for myself, it's for family. Guys who want to learn, and also it's making connections with different people. So you never know, they might become friendly. Noel Green goes to Queensland, where that guy's from, you know what I mean? He's got a connection there. If you need somewhere to stay, maybe you can stay with that guy if they've got a show on, or maybe he's like, hey man, we had a great match. I'll speak to my promoter, and maybe we can organise a match on this side of the country. Do you know what I mean? I haven't done a lot of it myself because I'm a nice guy, but I just try not to get into people's shit. But other people do. They get all up in each other's shit and fucking become best friends and shit. But yeah, no, it's good for especially the younger guys. The guys who don't have full lifetime commitments and shit, or it's a great meeting of the mind and the muscles.
Is it normal for referees to start as a ref and then move into the main card?
Funny you asked me about that because Dan Moore was a referee for a long time, and he became a wrestler after the storyline where I punched him in the face. So it does happen. In general, though, I'm glad that Tom is still pursuing it, because a lot of guys will become a referee and then they just stay there, and they're which is good. You need people like that who are cool, I'm here, I'm a referee, I'm part of the show, having a great time, I'm gonna continue doing this. But it doesn't happen a lot, because a lot of guys are no, I just want to be a wrestler, don't want to be a referee. Hopefully, with the method I'm I'm not in charge of all of the training. There's someone else who basically is in charge of it all. I'm hoping to convince them that we make wrestling training in general more holistic, in the sense of like, you got 40 here fucking around with production. Do you know what I mean? Early stages, everyone comes up and has something to do with production. Guys in the early days are a referee, you know what I mean? So that they get a taste for it, and that actually helps on the other end of the aspect, because if they're in the ring and someone messes up production, they're like, I know what that's like when you're new, you know what I mean? You can't get it right every time. Or the referee makes a mistake, like, well, I was there too, so I know when I'm wrestling, if I need the ref to do something, I'll talk to him about it before, or I'll find out a way that I can cue him during the match.
Tonight, it's a really huge deal. This title holds a lot of prestige in WA wrestling. But going forward, after tonight, this will be the new Pride Championship. Whoever wins, I'll miss it, but knew it was good. But this does hold a close piece of my heart.
And what match is this in?
Tonight we are doing the main event, doing a pool hall brawl. So pool cues, tables, all that kind of thing. So it'll be really good fun. Really looking forward to it. It's kind of setting in, but more excitement. So once that goes, then I'll be able to get in the zone.
Is Tom the ref for that one?
Tommy's the rep for that one. Yeah.
No one tells me that.
Our family are going to be so angry with us.
Well, throwing it together, so it's to gimmick it basically, which means that we're making it easier on the performers to go through it, and it's also easier on their body because they don't have to break it fully. It's like pre-broken at the moment. So,
And that's pretty normal?
yeah, that's normal at least for these matches. Like some of the death matches, deathmatch crews, they'll do like full things, but for most of us, we don't want to go through that sort of shit. So it's also protecting us, because we want to be able to because death matches don't happen that often. Like it's usually every 2 months in between, so you can heal properly. We're still everyone else is still training, still wrestling in other places. So there's really no downtime in wrestling.
Timing of everything, just waiting an extra split second, and when you add all those split seconds up, it makes the match feel really fucking slow. So make sure at the beginning eliminations run as smoothly as possible. I know it's always tough in situations like this, but when it's time to go, get the fuck out of the ring, and then make sure you leave these guys with enough time. The main thing is, for mine, you want to be in as many good matches as you can be, okay? So sometimes that requires you to play a small part and sometimes a much larger part. But the more times you appear in good matches, bookers take notice of things like that, and they go, so-and-so was in that match and that went really well or really smoothly. And the more often we're in clunky matches, they don't understand why, and it might not be your fault, but the more often those clunky matches happen, they go, every time I see that guy or that girl in the ring, things feel a little bit clunky, a little bit off. So if we could give these guys the best opportunity to have an awesome run at the end, and then we all come home with a wet sail, it helps promote everybody in the match at the end of the ring. Does that make sense? Cool.
So no nerves.
Oh yeah, always nerves. Especially with this guy.
What spot are you guys most afraid about taking?
I think it's jumping out of the corner and getting hit with the stick in the gut. Literally, there's other things in there that should make me feel scared and stuff, but that's it. It's just getting a frontward shot. Backward shot's fine. Getting slammed on balls because I'm a dumbass. Have you smacked it through the table? Nah, we've done that before. But but not through a table with a bunch of table's just soft with your head. It will suck. Just grow up, mate. Just do it. Just do it. You got to land on it in your arse. Not on my face.
So without further ado, let's make sure that the wrestlers know what they're in for tonight. We need to cheer when we see somebody we like. Boo when we see somebody we don't like. I think you guys get the gist. So without further ado, we'll start match 1.
Yes, also, point to yes, the more knows all, the more is smarter than all of you world-class strikes. Finally, we get this will be fine.
Your next selection, and new ESPW Pride Champion, Jordan Bishop!
That's right. Bow down to your new Pride Champion. You want plus.
How'd you feel?
I don't know yet. I'll find out tomorrow when it all settles in.
Yeah.
And
What was the scariest moment of the match?
probably when I hit him, probably when I hit Ryan with the third cue to the back, and unlike the first one, ow, sorry. Unlike the first one I did to his back, that went. And I was like, okay, he's a sheep. They don't fly too far like the previous one, so beautiful. And then when it came to my third one, which is also to his back, and that flew an over, I was so scared. Because even though I was like, yeah, that's right, inside I'm like, oh no. So when I hit him again with a fourth one across the chest 3 times, I was so happy and thankful it didn't do. And I was hoping that it wouldn't break. And I was supposed to hold on to it, but that was my bad. And then driven through the table, that wasn't the best, but also wasn't the worst. I've taken worse tables.
How does it make you feel to be the first guy to hold the new championship?
I feel bad for Ryan a little bit because the belt was here. It was supposed to come here in time for him to hold, but the guy was shipped the belt the following Tuesday, so we didn't get it in time. And so for storyline purposes, we had to do what we did, which is I hold the belt, which at that time it was a different belt that was in there because we didn't have it. And so now the storyline is I have the belt in my possession. I'm not going to unveil it until after I beat him. And that was the payoff then. If the belt arrived in time, things would have been done a little bit differently.
So what was the first feeling when that 3 count went through and it was over?
Thank fuck. Because now I'm starting to feel my arm. So, yeah, and like, that's new. My fingers are starting to hurt. I'm going to get some ice.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have nothing to do with the running of these shows. And I've at them intermittently, but I've obviously seen a lot of them over the years. I think that's probably the best one of those we've ever done tonight. So congratulations to everybody. Obviously, huge thanks to all the crew who are out here this week. I hope you leave with some knowledge, but also just with some good memories, new mates, because really that's what it's all about at the end of the day. As I look at any room of Aussie wrestlers, it's pretty rare that I'll stand in a room and there will be people who are going to wrestle for money for the rest of their lives. They're going to go on to work for WWE. They're going to go on to work in New Japan. The thing that matters is the memories that we create along the way, the people we pick up for the journey with us, and in turn, who we become because of those experiences and the relationships that we build through that. So I hope all of you, not just the crew that came here for the week, also our homegrown crew right here, very proud of you all. I want to send a massive shout out to Ryan and Jordan. Ryan just continually to impress me at every turn, mate. And to Jordan, who most people wouldn't know this, we used to run tryouts. The tryouts were brutal. I promise you, if I put everyone who'd come here in the last 10 years through these tryouts, a lot of people would never have made it past that stage to make it to training. Jordan came to 4 of those, was turned away 3 times. Came back, just kept pushing because it was what he wanted. Has been out up for years and years and years, and is not someone who's an internet darling with everyone patting him on the back and telling him what a great wrestler he is. Doesn't have that sort of following, but has continued to put in over the years. Has always been a solid, reliable hand who was there to put other people over, and I was so glad to see you got your moment tonight, mate. Congratulations.
So, how did you feel?
I feel like I can officially put on my Instagram, professional idiot. Yeah, man, I love those kind of matches because before I started wrestling, like professionally, I used to do backyard stuff, but I kind of dabbled in doing creative little stupid little things, but I'd always want to think outside the box. So when I found out we were going to be doing like the gimmick match, I just wanted to think, what can I do that's different? What to the norm? What can we do that's that'll get like decent reactions, but also keep it not so comedic, but more like intense to work with the story that we were going for, and to put over Jordan as well. That's what I think about is, well, what can I do that will benefit the show? And then I'll be like, okay, cool. And what can I do that'll gain reaction, get the sympathy for character-wise? Yeah. I feel good, but I feel like I'm wrecked, but I feel great about it. He went off without a hit.
I mean, the crowd was so behind you.
Oh yeah, half of my family. But yeah, no, I just have. It's just the general. I have a good following. But yeah, no, they were hot. They were hot tonight. That was just It's just. Like it always like I've been doing this for like 5 years now, but like anytime I go out there and get that just reaction, it just helps with like just getting into the zone of the character and being intense and all that. And, yeah.
How does it feel to be the last person to carry that old title?
The old title, like that's the old title. So Southern Hemisphere Wrestling Alliance, where I started. I have history there, and that's where I got trained, and it holds a close place in my heart. It's sad to see the old title go, but the updated title, it's still holding the lineage of Southern Hemisphere Wrestling Alliance, and I couldn't go to a better guy, I reckon. He's like, there's a lot of people who say people deserve things that people deserve. I'm not a big fan of like deserve. I feel like people earn it, and he has earned it for the longest of times. That like, I just wanted to make it like a good moment for him.
That the Q spot with the massive Q rack. Whose idea was that?
The triangle?
Yeah.
That was my idea. So originally what I wanted to do was, I originally thought, hey, what if I just put four Qs together, then make a square? But then I had like, I was like in bed and I was ready to get up for work. It was like 3 a.m. or something. I just couldn't sleep, and I had an epiphany. I was like, brother, make a triangle. So I ended up just doing that, spray painted black, and I was like, okay, just need to figure out how many balls I need. Yeah, it's like, okay. 3 sets, and looking at it today when I put it on the table to set it up beforehand, I was like, this is going to suck. It'll be really good, but it went off without a hitch. I feel fine. Like there was other stuff in that match that sucked way more than that. So, but yeah, I'm just happy that it went well. We're both okay. Well, I mean, we'll find out if we're how sore we are later, but. Yeah, it just worked really well. It's just sort of like I just got that adrenaline high from it. So I can feel the adrenaline dump happening, like the body's just like really sore. But yeah, happy with it.
That main event, Jesus Christ, guys. Honestly, Jordan and Ryan, they scared me. They scared me several times today. Like just with how much they were doing. It was nuts. Like, yeah, so that was the main event of the ESPW Game Over night. So saw a pool hall brawl match between Jordan Bishop and Ryan Rivers, who was the champion going into it. And they didn't hold back. All the ball cues were used, all the pool balls, pool table, they went through a pool table. It was nuts. That reaction. That crowd reaction. That's what I want. That's what I want for life. Like, because that was just so much fun. Just seeing it in there. Just being in that moment with them. But I don't want to be the ref in that situation anymore. Don't get me wrong, I love reffing, but it's not enough for me anymore. I need to get into that ring. Not just as a ref. But I need to get my wrestling tights on. That's what I want. And that's what I need. 365 days. That's the deadline I'm setting for myself. promising myself within 365 days, I'm back in that ring, not as a ref, but wrestling.